What's going on, everyone? Using my phone to video this particular little video. I am transferring a beer here. It's the Yuengling Porter. I think it's, you say Yuengling? I don't know. Yuengling Porter clone from the Clone Brews book, and it's going into the keg. But this beer is not going to taste anything like Yuengling Porter, I can guarantee it. And here's why. When I brewed this beer, the brew session went pretty good, went fine. And I was about 3 points under where I should be on the final gravity, but whatever, you know. But here's the interesting part. I had a Y yeast ale pack. I don't remember which ale it was. Actually, let me back. I had a Y yeast lager pack, smack pack, and it didn't ever take off. Like, it just, I'd put the yeast in and nothing happened. The pack didn't swell or anything, and the pack was well within the expiration date, like by a month. So, not sure what happened there, but it just never took off. So what I ended up doing was throwing a California ale yeast in there just to try to save the beer. And I took a sample today, and I actually have the sample right here. It's this little murky sample. It's got to clear up some, and I'm gonna throw it in the keezer and just let it kind of clear up and see what happens with it. But right now, it smells like a porter, but there's an off smell on there. It smells a little bit fruity. Yeah, it definitely has an off smell to it. I fermented it at like 67 degrees, but I think the yeast got stressed a little bit with this California ale yeast because my brew shed, we went through some cold weather snaps, and my brew shed was sitting about 72 degrees or so, but the fermenter was at like 65 degrees, and it wouldn't get above 65. So it got a little chilly. In California ale, I think 65 is like kind of the lowest part of the spectrum for fermenting with it. After that, you start to stress the yeast out, and the yeast will put out some little flavors that you don't want in your beer. Now, the sample taste of it here, it tastes like a tastes a little weird. Uncarbonated sample. But we're going to roll with it, man. I'm going to fill the keg up, carbonate it, let it sit for a little bit, and see if anything better happens with it. But I am shooting this video on my phone because I will be editing it on my phone, so there won't be any fancy intros or anything, because my power supply died on my computer, so I'm waiting for the replacement to come in, basically. So you're getting the crappy Apple iPhone, whatever version video. But I haven't done one of these in a while anyways. So that's what I'm doing. I checked this muddy sample out. There must be a hell of a yeast cake at the bottom of that fermenter, because look at that. All yeast. So I pulled that all out before I actually started transferring the keg. Once it started running clear, then I put the hose in the keg and started transferring. I don't need all that excess yeast at the bottom of the keg if I can help it. But it looks like a brown. It's got a nice brown color to it. I'll show you here. Because I learned how to flip a camera. Or maybe I can't. I don't think I can. Well, I'll just show you anyways. So it's got a nice brown color to it. Looks pretty clear. We'll see how it goes. This might be down the sinker. I was so mad when that yeast did not take off. I let the fermenter sit for like 4 days before I got a little discouraged on that Y yeast never taking off, because in the past when I've used Y yeast, even when it like takes off with the smat pack, I've always seen a bit of a delay with that yeast, like a day or two, like a full day or 2 full days before it actually starts going to work. That's a little bit too close for comfort on that. So I'm not going to use Y yeast anymore. I'm done using their yeast. This is a very light beer. This is on like a 1044 gravity, so there's no reason why I should have to do a starter with a smack pack. The smack pack is a starter. It has its own nutrients and stuff in there to get the beer going. So I'm done with my yeast. I'm just going to start using White Labs, or I might try this new other one called Imperial that everybody in the Brew-Tube community seems to be using these days. And I think they're a sponsor of the Brew-Tube community. I'm not officially a member of Brew-Tubers, but I do kind of talk to those guys once in a while. I've been so busy with kids and everything, I haven't been able to like play a whole lot. Barely have time to brew right now. So we'll see, man. This is just a little update vlog. This isn't anything official. I'm not brewing a beer today or anything for this video. Now, I am going to shoot a video later today brewing a Christmas stout. And yes, I know the beer will not be ready till after Christmas, but I wanted a good stout on tap. So Austin Homebrew Supply, they had one of their all grain kits. And for those who don't know what a kit is, it's basically just a recipe that they've slapped together and put together and they sell off the shelf for you to buy. If you don't feel like being creative and you want beer, you just buy a kit. But so yeah, it's got lactose in it, so you know it's going to be nice and milky, creamy type feel to the beer. And it comes with these Christmas spices. And I'll probably have the actual brew day video out before Christmas, but the actual beer will not be ready till afterwards. But it is what it is, man. So I hope everybody's doing well. There's just a little update on what's been going on in the brew world. I do post on Instagram a lot, so I don't always video everything, but I do post on Instagram little things here and there that I do. And I can't tell you what's in the grain bill for this Christmas stout because they don't really tell you. I know there's a base 2-row malt in there. It's about as far as I could tell you. But I'll put a post to the link to the Christmas stout kit for anybody interested on that brew session video. And maybe I'll investigate and see if I can see what's in that beer. I know there's a chocolate malt in there for sure. I mean, most stouts, you know, chocolate milk stout has chocolate malt in it usually, and the black patent sometimes. So that's all I'm doing, man. Transferring the beer and yeah, just hanging out. So hope everybody's having a good one, and have some more videos here soon. And I do have one that was in the works until my power supply failed, and it was actually making that guy right there, my pump mount. I've had that sitting in my archives for a while to edit, and just didn't feel good about editing it at the time, but I'm making it work. And maybe anybody who has a loose pump laying around for their brewing system and have thought about how to configure something for their tables or whatever, this is just slides onto my table. Look at my claw hammer videos and you'll see I have it slides on and clamps to my table basically through pressure, and it works great. So anyhow, guys, cheers, and we'll see you soon.